I have not worn perfume in years. I mean, I would have watery eyes, itchy throat, everything associated with allergies were on me. But I decided, hey, just like all of the other fabulous women, I want a signature scent. I want to walk by somebody and they ask, ooh, what is that smell? Or get a compliment, you smell beautiful. In anticipation of those compliments, I have been on a journey for a while now to find my signature scent. Welcome to Mrs. Coy Style. My name is Kawana. I thank you so much for joining me here on my channel where I like to talk about all things style. And you know what's a part of style? Perfume. If you agree with me that smelling good is necessary in completing the look, give this video a thumbs up. Let's keep watching. Now, in some of my research in finding a scent, I would smell someone wearing something or I would just look at notes. I didn't go out and test every scent, but from what I know just in regular, everyday life, I'm not a floral girl. I do not gravitate towards flowers in any way. Not a bouquet of flowers, nothing related to flowers, right? So I'm thinking this means that I'm going to be into gourmands. I learned that as I was doing my perfume research, that there are florals, sweets, gourmands, and probably many more. Just know I'm not an expert, as the title someplace says, definitely a beginner. But gourmand is somehow associated with food. I'm envisioning gourmands as smelling like dessert, which isn't typically offensive to anybody. It shouldn't have any kind of strong, pungent odor. And certainly it shouldn't cause my throat to itch, because when I smell vanillas in real life, or when I am, tasting a citrus fruit or a pound cake or any sort of dessert, I don't get those allergic reactions. So that means I must be a gourmand girl. Fast forward to Black History Month, where I was hearing a lot more and seeing a lot more about Black-owned businesses. I get it. Black History Month is every month, and that is how I feel in my heart. But certainly I was more exposed to Black-owned businesses, including perfume brands, during Black History Month. I discovered Brown Girl Jane, the Harlem Perfume Company, I believe it's called, and FORVR Mood by Jackie Aina. And I'm feeling like Black-owned perfume businesses, and I've been looking for my signature scent. So I set out to smell some of these fragrances because I can't blind buy. I don't think that that's logical for me, but I certainly went out with gourmands in mind. Up until this point, I thought that FORVR Mood was one fragrance. So imagine my surprise and kind of duh on my face when I saw that there were actually 5 fragrances. So I said, okay, this is really going to give me an opportunity to test. Without paying attention to any of the descriptions, I began testing. When I smelled I Am Her, I thought, wow, it's so fresh and light and airy, not perfumey at all. Imagine my surprise when I discovered, you know what? Let me read the notes to you. I Am Her is a rich, fruity, floral, and gourmand, so the food is there, that blends velvet pear and raspberry for an empowering it girl feeling. Yeah, Kawana's the it girl. The floral aspect of that really took me by surprise, because if someone would have told me that I liked anything with floral, I would have said absolutely not. Don't run that over here, because I don't do florals. The next one I smelled and really enjoyed is called You Remind Me. You Remind Me is described as a lighter clean girl. I get that part. But aesthetic, floral scent. Floral. And I loved it. My attraction to these two scents kind of made my head spin because sometimes I get pretty indecisive. I started thinking about things that I've heard before, such as the dry down and how different scents may or may not react to your body chemistry. I knew that they did not have any allergens in them because I would have immediately started having an itchy throat, watery eyes, watery nose, or any of the other allergy symptoms that I described earlier. So I said, you know what? I can't really invest in this because now I'm really confused. The things that I thought I knew, I actually do not know. So I sprayed it on some testers and took them home so that I could, really smell them over the next couple of days and make a decision. That's a tip, by the way. Put it on a tester or someplace on your body. Walk around with it for a few hours to see if you continue to enjoy it, if it mixes with your body and all of those other things. Big mistake I made is that I put all of the testers into a bag and then I got confused and didn't know which was which or if one of the scents rubbed off on the other scent. But that's the confusion of me. Don't let it happen to you. Let's get back. A few days later, I said, okay, I'm convinced I want to get, you remind me, but I want to get more of a travel size, a sample size, a tester size, just to make sure, because just over one day may not be good enough. Maybe I need another couple of days before I invest. Now, granted, I'm going to let you know straight off the rip. As far as perfumes are concerned, I don't want to be in anybody's pockets, but the FORVR Mood fragrances are quite affordable. For the largest size was $79.99, and that's quite reasonable because when you hear about perfumes like Baccarat, we're talking about $300. So less than $100 for a scent from a Black-owned business, Black-owned creator, Black woman. I think that's dope. I didn't really know which samples to buy. The Sephora that I went to only had two. By the way, I'm going to link everything I can in the description box. But anyway, I was able to pick up the FORVR Mood Discovery Set that features all 5 of the fragrances. I am going to test them all, although I do know which 2, actually 2.5, closer to 3, currently emerge as my favorites. I also want to talk about the packaging. And the reason I want to talk about the packaging is because, see, I have 2 little smaller bottles feature She Was Here and I Am Her. And I just thought this was really pretty and that I would also enjoy having this as well. Maybe just to set up somewhere. I'm typically very much a sucker for packaging, and I think that the packaging is really pretty. So the perfumes in these 2 boxes are taking me or starting me out on my search for a signature scent. Have I found it? Will I continue looking? Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. I believe that FORVR Mood is just the beginning of my journey. In fact, while I was out looking, I came across Chris Collins, another Black perfume creator, designs what I am told are high-end designer fragrances. And I smelled one of his fragrances. It's something apple. I do not remember the exact name, but apple is in the title. I couldn't get my hand on a sample or discovery size. I'm certainly going to order it because that scent is absolutely amazing. And I would like to add it to my now, what will be growing collection. I do believe, not that I know, because I'm certainly a novice in this perfume game, but I believe that that scent is more of an evening scent. Anyway, I thank you so much for joining me here on Women's History Month. Where are you in your scent journey? Are you able to blind buy? Do you know exactly what kind of notes you like? Do you have a go-to perfume? What's your favorite? Let me know. And please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, because we are going to be talking about this journey at least one time per month. Remember that everything I shared in this video and every one of my videos is me to a C. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Let me know your favorite perfumes down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.